A simple sentence. We're going to learn to write now. A simple sentence has a subject and a verb and completes a thought. Okay? For example, she went to the store. The subject is she, and the verb is went. Now let's go over that. She is a noun in this particular case, and we're sort of saying she is the subject. She is what this sentence is about. We're going to describe an action that she's performed, and that action would be the verb, which is went. And the rest of it is information regarding that, so we have a complete sentence that gives us a complete thought. She went to the store. You can picture that, you can see that. That's something, a thought that I have, that I put in words, and that you can see with your mind. She went to the store. But sometimes you can have sentences without a subject. For example, where did she go? Answer, went to the store. Well, that's not good English, and we're going to try to not be fancy or be a native speaker. We're going to make very classic, very simple sentences. Okay? Now, we're going to have a series of exercises you can practice identify subject and verbs in a sentence. Okay? These are some examples. She's afraid of spiders. That tells us something. You can see there's a picture there. And I'm creating that picture by using this sentence. She's means she is afraid of spiders. She is the subject of this, right? And is a be verb. Afraid of spiders. So she is the subject and is the verb, and afraid tells us something about that phrase. So we won't get into that right now. We're just going to identify subjects and verbs. She loves her baby. She is the subject, of course. The subject here is a noun, and it's a pronoun. She loves. Loves, well, it's an action, right? And so that's the verb. He's sitting on the ground. Okay, he is sitting. In this case, sitting is a verb, because it takes an action. He is the subject. The bridge fell down. The bridge is the subject, fell is the verb. The vacuum cleaner is working. So the vacuum cleaner is the subject, is working is the verb or the verb phrase. He eats rice with chopsticks. He is the subject, eats is the verb, and so we have identified the subject and the verb. Every sentence, at the minimum, has to have a subject and a verb. Here we have our teacher, which is going to explain to us what a sentence is.
What is a sentence? A sentence is a statement, and it usually has a subject and a verb. In this sentence, he is a student. This is the subject, and the verb be is right here. She likes her class. This is the subject, and this is the verb. The subject is a person, it could be a place, it could be a thing, it could be an idea, and the verb is an action, or it's some type of existence. The verb be shows existence. This sentence begins with the word there. There's a store down the street. There is kind of like the subject. Here's the verb be. And if you want to consider this to be the subject, but we don't know if it's singular or plural until we get to this part of the sentence. There's a store down the street. Store is connected to there. So you can consider this to be the subject in the sentence. There are 5 books on the table. There. Subject, verb, and then this is the plural. 5 books refers back to the subject. So we know that this is plural. There are. In this part of the sentence, down the street. Down is a preposition, and the street is the object of the preposition, and this is a noun. On the table. On is also a preposition, and the table is the noun following the preposition, and both of these, down the street and on the table, are called prepositional phrases. A prepositional phrase often appears in a sentence. She bought some gas for her car. The subject is she. The verb in the past tense is bought. The object is gas. This is a direct object. For her car is a prepositional phrase. This is a preposition, and car is a noun. Her is a possessive adjective. I have lived in Minnesota for 20 years. Subject is I. The verb, have lived, is in the present perfect tense. In Minnesota is a prepositional phrase. In is a preposition. Minnesota is a noun. Followed by another prepositional phrase. For 20 years. The last sentence here, don't throw that out the window. Don't throw. The verb, main verb is throw, it's negative, and the subject is you. This is in the imperative form, It's a command telling somebody not to do something. The subject is not mentioned. However, the subject is you. That is the object. Out the window is a prepositional phrase.
This is our beginning, and it's a wise idea if you're going to write, is to keep it simple. Just write simple sentences. We will progress into more difficult and complex sentences, but for the moment, just keep it simple. This is an exercise on identifying subjects and verbs. You have the direction, find the subject, main verb in each sentence, write the main verb in the simple form, and then write the verb as it's used in the sentence, including helping verbs. Okay, I know that's a lot, but you all know this now. Okay, so what you need to do is stop the video on a separate sheet of paper, maybe just put the number down and put the information in, and I will also, as part of this video, give you the answers. Okay?